Hey kids, it's Mr. Fly here, hope you're well. Once again out and about doing the practical stuff on the big Beamer. So I thought it was an opportune time to do the next in my top 5 accessories 4 series. So this is my top 5 accessories for the BMW R1200GS TE edition. Now, when I say R1200GS TE edition, that is a European designation for touring edition. And that is the GS that comes with a lot of the sorts of stuff that you'd spec up as optional extras if you just bought a vanilla GS, so things like electronic suspension, heated grips and so on. So I'm going to ignore all those in my top 5 list because they come with the TE bike, and I think pretty much most of the bikes that are sold in the UK at least are of that spec. So I'm going to ignore those things that come with the TE edition and just give you the things that I think are the best accessories I've bought since the bike came from the dealer, if you see what I mean. So starting or going in reverse order, number 5, I'm going to go for the quick shifter, or as BMW call it, the Gear Shift Assist Pro. It's a great little gadget. The gearbox on the GS is a little bit clunky at the best of times, so the quick shifter isn't the slickest of gear shifters that I've ever tried, but it is good fun. And what I really like about it is the fact that not only can you shift up, but you can shift down the gearbox. Bit rubbish in first and second because of the long throw, but coming down the box in particular, like now, is a pleasure. So that's going to be my number 5 of my top 5 accessories for the BMW R1200GS. And if you want to learn more about the quick shifter, then I did do a video about that some while back when I got it fitted. So I'll stick a link on the video here, so go and have a look at that if you're interested in getting yourself a BMW Gear Shift Assist Pro, and I'll give you a bit more detail all about it. So number 4 on the list then, number 4 on my best accessories for the R1200GS. Number 4, I'm going for the low seat. Now when I bought the bike, I bought it with a standard seat height, and this is the standard suspension height bike as well. And I suspected the bike may be a little bit tall for me, but I was kind of assured by the salesman that I'll be fine. Well, actually, just soon after I bought it, I decided it was too tall, and I went and bought myself the low seat. So stuck that on, and that's absolutely great. It makes me much more confident on the bike. It's still not quite low enough for me. I'm 5'8½", and I can get sort of both feet on the ground, but it's by no means flat-footed, so it feels a little bit precarious when I'm stopped. It's not as sure-footed as my other bikes, for example, but the low seat certainly helps. So number 4 on my list, the BMW low seat for the GS. Number 3 on my list of top accessories I should say, is the BMW Vario panniers. Again, did a video on these. I'll put a link up to that just so you can get more detail if you're interested in Vario panniers. But I love those just because they make the bike so much more functional. You can carry all sorts of stuff in. The fact that you can change the dimensions of the inside of the case by moving the lever, hence Vario panniers, means that they're super duper functional. If you're doing touring and stuff, there's loads of space. Really, really good. Only downside with them is they're a little bit pricey, but a great addition to the bike, and thoroughly recommend them too. So that's made number 3 on my list. What an absolutely gorgeous day today. Spring is just around the corner here in Blighty. Lovely to be out and about in it. Okay, enough of that though. What about number 2? Well, continuing the Vario theme, number 2 on my list has to be the MRA Vario screen. This thing here with the spoiler on the top. It's brilliant. Now the wind protection on the GS is pretty good anyway out of the box, but I just found when I got it, even with the adjustable screen, that I had a bit of turbulence on the top of my head most of the time when the screen was in a position where I was looking over the screen, and that was just enough to annoy me. So I bought this MRA Vario screen, which I've fitted to previous bikes and had great success with, and it just cleans the turbulence up. If you have this top spoiler set so it's parallel to the main windscreen, rather than actually sticking out and flipped up, which might be the sort of intuitive way to do it, it actually cleans up the air and means you get a clean airflow over your head rather than that turbulent stuff coming off. So number 2 on the list, MRA Vario screen. Thoroughly recommend it to you. Not very expensive, just makes touring on the bike that much more comfortable. Okay then, the big one, number one on my list, and this will come as no surprise if you're a regular viewer to the channel. Number one on my list, without a doubt, has to be this little baby, the BMW Navigator 5. It's actually a GPS unit made by Garmin, but the thing is absolutely brilliant. Now oddly, I don't think it's brilliant because of the GPS facility. In fact, I find it a bit not that great on the GPS. Trying to plan a route, quite difficult. But what is really good about it is for the use that I'm using it for now. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but I've got it duplicated some of the instruments, so it makes the speed much easier to read. It gives me some other bits and pieces. Everything I want, I can adjust it, I can zoom in, so I just have one, for example, the speed, or I can zoom right the way out and I can have everything showing up there from tyre pressures to trip meters, what the voltage is doing in the battery, etc, etc. The way that is integrated into the bike using the thumb wheel here is absolutely fantastic, and it's one of the things that makes me keep the GS actually, and I'm really pleased that BMW are also starting to integrate that on other bikes as well, because it really is a buying feature for me. I really love that, and once again I've got an in-depth review of that if you're interested in the Nav 5. I'll stick a link here, go and have a look at that. Really amazing bit of kit, and thoroughly recommend it to you. So there we go, that is my top 5 accessories for the BMW R1200GS, things that aren't, you know, on the options list anyway, or don't come with the TE spec, I should say. Some of them are on the options list, but they're the things out of everything I've thrown on this bike, and I've got a lot of extras on this bike. Those are the things that I think are the best value for money. Okay, hope that's been of some interest to you if you're looking around at looking at GSs and things like that, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Until then, this has been the Missenden Flyer. Cheerio. Auto blip time.